Bought the engine a present today, so I'm going to see if I can do it. I checked and this was actually quite loose, so come on, that wrong way. No, it's too. I'm assuming that the oil comes out when you take this out. I guess we'll find out in a minute, eh? Right, I'll let that run for a bit. Now if I can hold this like this, it's almost on the rock, I can lower it a fraction. What I've got to do now is put the plug in and take the engine off these pipes and turn it round to get to a plate. I'll show you. Well, I've managed to put the engine sideways, and the next job is to take that plate off. And of course, I've got a proper socket, fits these, but that stud won't let it go on there. So I've had to use the adjustable, but they've all actually come loose. So we've got to see if we can take this off now. We may or may not. We'll have to see. I should. I'm not doing like I said, this is not a resto job. I'm doing it like you would do it in the farmyard, you know. Right, I'm going to fit the torch. I think we're alright. In fact, we are alright. So I'll just show you inside it. I think this job is not as nasty as it looked. Right, I've got my torch. I don't know if you can see in there, but our job's been done for us. There's a little bit of milky-ish oil in the bottom, because of course there will be with condensation. It's like a tractor, I know that. But there's no big crud in there, and as you can, well, I'm sure you can see, it's all nice and clean, isn't it? That's all nice and clean in there. I've got a tripod. I'll just you can see enough light, look. I'll just show you how this works. There's quite a lot of compression. Let's go around the other way. There we are. Look, there's no oil pump, I'm just showing you inside. It's nice to see inside this engine actually. I'm not going to mess with it, I'm not doing anything. I'll put the plug back in the hole. I'm going to put the cap on and put the oil in, and that's it. Well, that's all gone quite well. Like I said, I've got the engine a present. I'll just show you what it is. It's if I can, that 2050 mineral oil. Now if you look in the book and speak a bit about oil, as we do it probably as we play, of course there wasn't any multi-grade oil when these engines were made, so it says SAE 30, you see, but the thing is SAE 30 oil is only SAE 30 at a certain temperature, whereas 2050 oil stops the same thickness. That's why it works. The only thing you don't want to do, some people do, I'm not sure about this, but on some old engines especially ones with Babbitt bearings. If you use synthetic oil, it can not agree with him. Anyway, I told you I bought it a present. How about that? Look, that's a litre. See, a can, proper one. I thought, well, you know. So these are litres. As I say, it's that oil that came out. It looked a bit milky, but that's with the condensation. Now I know this from my tractor. Now, if you look on one of my tractor videos, on the trip this year, I thought I won't put too much of that in because I don't want to spill it, do I? But you don't normally. Right. Anyway, on one of my tractor videos, I show cleaning out the glass filter, right? It's supposed to take all this. I don't know if it wants tipping up a bit to put this in. This could be a slow job, this is. Anyway, I'm not worried about that. Yeah, on one of the tractor videos, I'll show you cleaning the water out of the glass filter. Now, last winter I filled the tank to the brim, right? And I had to actually take some out when I took the injectors out, because the leak-off pipe was, the diesel in the tank was above the leak-off pipe hole. So I took what, about 8 litres out. So it was still fairly full, and it was stood for 2 months, and it had been cleaned out the year before, by the way, been drained, you know. And yet when I started running it, just from being stood for a couple of months with a gap in, I was getting half a glass filter full of water every, you know, on the first trip I had to stop twice, you know, so every hour, say. Right, here's the problem, look. Condensation water from condensation. This tank was cleaned out last year and I necked it over the winter. So, and I changed the back end oil, and of course that soon went very milky again, because of course it didn't get hot to get the water off. So the oil that's come out this engine, it looks very good actually. I think it's had a fairly recent oil change. It has. Anyway, as this is going to take a long time, I'll just stop here and we'll have a look at the end. Well, I tipped the engine up to get the oil in faster, and I was told by Will that my young mate Will, that it holds 2 pints. So I put 1.5 litres in, there'll be a little bit left in, so, and that's the level, you see. So I'll just leave it a minute. Just let that tiny cut drop out. Right, so what we'll do now is I'll try and spin it back again. Well, mission accomplished. Oh, we'll see if it still goes, eh? Turn the fuel on. Float bowl fill up, find the handle. Alright. How about that? Still going. And the oil up to the top. So there you have it. Good. So everything's oiled up, got new oil in there, and it's up to the level. The one thing I will say, show you it, that champion plug that I bought, there, seems to be better than the other one I got. So, there you know. Right. And if you look at the oil that came out, I don't know how long this video will be. I'll cut some of the boring bits out that might be a bit long, but if you look at the oil that came out, it's still very slippery, right? So it's a little bit milky, a bit thinner. I think it is dirty oil actually. It's a bit thinner than what I put in. That don't matter. But it's still very slippery, not got any metal bits thrown in. So, as I said, often they're, you know, they've got years and years of crudding. So there you go. That's, must say, this engine. I'll tell you this now. This engine is one of the 2 projects I have that haven't fought me all the way. Maybe I shouldn't say anything in case I'm tempting fate. Right, anyway, we'll call that successful, eh?